No, I'm so excited.
I know, me
the
too.
Sun is
haven't.
out.
I know
the sun's not gonna set until like 6.
I know. Tomorrow's daylight savings.
Guys,
Tomorrow is daylight savings.
a week ago.
Oh yeah.
From when you're hearing this.
But we're so excited.
We're going thrifting after this, you guys.
We are.
Thank God. The sun is shining here in Denver.
The sun is shining. What
Birds are singing. What is that from?
What is that from? The sun is shining.
What the hell? What the
What?
What
is that from?
I thought it was from Shrek, but you've
Frozen?
never seen that. What? Guys.
Maybe it is Shrek. Maybe
What if
I
they're
just know it from
shouting? What if they're
TikTok.
like shouting at their screen? The sun. Not the elf, right?
That's what I'm picturing. Or the Pinocchio wooden guy.
This is gonna piss me
The
off.
sun is shining.
Okay. Finding Nemo? The tank is clean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sun is shining. The tank is clean. The tank is clean.
And then he's like freaked out.
Yeah.
Because the tank was supposed to be dirty.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Thank God.
I hate when stuff like that happens and you literally can't think of it.
I know.
Oh, and then you're just focused on that.
Literally, like the word from the last episode, I still can't think of it.
What was Timothy giving?
Like, it was so, like...
Revolutionary.
No, like...
Not
literally
embodying?
No, like, I literally can't think of it.
Like the performance or like him? Like what?
Like...
Say the whole sentence.
Him and his performance. Like, his performance was so...
Groundbreaking.
No. Oh my God, it was literally just on the top of my mouth. I can't think of it.
Spectacular.
No. Like, a truthful keeps coming to my head, but it's not truthful.
Honest.
No, like, so, like he really, like...
Down to earth.
No. He really, like...
Encapsulated.
Kinda.
Embodied. Encapsulated.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway.
Emulate.
No. He was so... I'm gonna go fall asleep tonight and think of it.
We'll think of it.
Yeah,
later.
I will.
Okay.
Anyways, that's not the point of this episode, guys.
The point of this episode
is
actually kind of serious.
Yeah, it is kind of serious. Child abuse.
Yeah.
Ruby Frankie, to be exact.
YouTube monster.
Yeah.
We want to chat about the Frankie documentary / Shari's book, which I didn't finish yet.
Me either. I think I'm on like literally chapter 11.
Oh, that's further
or
than
4,
me.
I don't know.
I will finish that because I do want to hear her words.
Me too.
She's very good at writing, so.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
So,
Hulu doc.
wait, was there something else that we needed to talk about?
No.
Okay, I forgot.
We can later. It feels wrong to like give life updates in the same episode as this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, how are we gonna let's just talk about this.
Okay, so first thing is that I hate Kevin.
Oh, okay.
No, but
Really?
no, but
more than Ruby?
well, no, of course
More than
not.
Jodi?
No, but I will say so. I knew 8 passengers before she got arrested. I'll just say that. Like, so I knew who they were. I wasn't like a watcher though. Like, I wasn't like keeping up with all of their vlogs and like whatever. It was mainly like people would post clips on TikTok of like, for example, Ruby taking Chad's bed away for 7 months. And I'd be like, oh my God, why the hell would she say this? So then I would go and like watch the full vlog. That's kind of like where I was at.
You watch vlogs.
Yeah. Like if I would see a clip on TikTok, I'd be like, oh my God, what else was she saying then if she's just said this? So like I like kept up with it as it was going on a little bit. And like all of the comments being like, where the hell is CPS? Like, why is no one doing anything? Like all of that. They stopped posting vlogs, I'm pretty sure, when Jodi came into the picture and like came in, because then like stuff started.
When was that? Like,
I don't know, like
5 years ago?
If that, maybe.
Okay. Because I remember 2023 was when they like toward the end, like the start of the trials.
Yeah.
So they stopped doing vlogs.
Damn, I guess so. It's 2025, so yeah.
You know what I
guess
mean?
It was like,
because like the journals at the end were 2 years ago.
Yeah, and like she like and like that's when she changed like the YouTube vlog to be like Moms of Truth. And like stuff like that, which was like crazy, which I did never watch that because that was when
you didn't like legitimately watch them.
No,
you were just keeping up on the drama and then would watch the vlogs on. You weren't like a watcher and then
no, because also like I don't know how you could be a watcher, like how you could just like watch that.
I feel like it was just like moms, like, religious moms.
That is scary because I'm sure I know a lot of people like looked up to her as like a Mormon perfect mom,
right? And
it's just.
You're not the demographic for like an actual viewer.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's probably a lot of like kids.
Yeah.
Like especially in the beginning, it's like the LeBrant family, for example. It's kind of just like kids and moms probably watch that stuff.
Yes. Yeah. So, I obviously the worst of it was never like recorded by her. Like the worst, like with Jodi and all of that.
Yeah.
So that was insane when it first came out. Like, when it first came out, did you follow it or no?
Well, when she was like arrested, it was like YouTube mom gets arrested. I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this? And then I like started like looking into it and following it. Oh, but I had never heard of 8 Passengers before that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I feel like it was like, at least, well, obviously, I feel like it was just like on TikTok, people were talking about. I know I keep bringing it up, but I specifically remember when it like really blew up when she took his bed away. That was like when I saw so much.
Maybe I saw something of that, but then like it died down again.
Yeah.
And then she got arrested maybe.
Yeah.
But I was never on like 8 Passengers TikTok or Reddit or stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like I wasn't like there's other YouTubers where like other YouTube families that I had watched before, like Ace Family. Yeah. Like I had watched them before, like LeBrant Family, I had watched them before. But like this one, I've never heard them before.
That's because I feel like they were like pretty like not niche, but like kind of because it was like they were really like focused on like how to raise kids to be like a specific
it was more
way,
like targeted towards parents.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But then but also in the beginning like it was really focused on her kids, like as we saw in the documentary. It was like really Chad focused because like she realized that when Chad was like the center of attention, she got more views or whatever, which I just think is crazy in itself.
I don't even know where to start with this.
Me either. So
the documentary highlights Kevin the dad, Shari the daughter, and Chad the son. Shari and Chad are the oldest, right? Shari is kind of the one who is the voice of this experience. She also wrote a memoir about this specifically, about her life and about Ruby. Like even in the writing, I've only read the first couple of chapters, but she's explaining like her like Ruby and what's the dad? Kevin's like marriage and like you know what I mean? She's like Ruby she never calls them mom and dad. She refers to them as their first names. So it's kind of around these like 3 interviews and then a bunch of footage of the vlogs. And then they also interviewed a therapist and a couple nearby like acquaintances. Like friends is a strong word at this point, but like people they used to be friends with or neighbors. Yeah.
And the therapist also like either worked under Jodi or like had some connection to Jodi.
So Jodi, I did not even know who Jodi was until this documentary came out. But Jodi was kind of like disguised as a therapist for Chad, but really she was trying to brainwash him, but she was a therapist, but she's basically just trying to like whip him into shape for the parents so he would act right.
Yeah. And it came out, Chad found out that she got her license like taken away or something, and there was like all of these things online, like all these articles of like why she got her license taken away, and Chad like went to his parents and was like, oh my god, like did you see like all of this stuff? And his parents were like, yeah, we know, and like that's it. And I was just like,
basically Jodi has brainwashed the entire town and like Utah as a whole, like certain families and like men and women, like different like support groups and stuff. She's basically like created this business off of like coaching, but it's all like really toxic.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it. She did like conferences and like support groups.
Yeah.
But disguised as therapy.
Yep. And it was just like,
it's culty.
Very culty. Like she was literally the leader of this weird, like extreme.
It's like,
I don't even know what to. Yeah, I don't even
know
what to call it.
Because that's what it was. It was like she was posing as some sort of counselor.
Yeah.
Like I know everything. Like this is, if your husband's addicted to porn, he needs to get in this like support group with men, and then these men would actually meet up and actually have real problems, and then like she would like use like Kevin as an example for the men, and it was just like not correct.
Yeah, no.
Like done so like bad, and like I don't know if it was even like illegal. It just is like wrong.
So
like morally
wrong.
like not.
Yeah,
they're seeking it from the wrong person.
You're preying on the vulnerable, like just really messed up stuff. But yeah.
So that's why they hired her to counsel their son.
Yeah,
because their son was acting out.
Yeah,
as a normal teenager,
like acting out. Like I don't even remember what he did to get his bed taken away. And I'm like, nothing. I don't care what the hell they do. Nothing. Well, I mean,
that's a basic right.
Yeah,
it's
like
hierarchy of needs.
Literally.
You need food and water and a bed.
And his choice. Sorry, I thought I heard something. His choice was either to sleep in the living room or in the basement on a beanbag chair privacy. For 7 months.
Yeah, I think their like reasoning was he got expelled twice, but I'm like, why did he get expelled?
Oh, yeah.
What was he doing at school? And it probably will lead back to the way you're treating him at home. It's like there's a reason he's like doing these things.
Yes, literally. Like I will always stand by when I'm not a parent, but like when parents are strict. Now this was like an extreme case, obviously, but when parents are strict like that, your child will always act out because you have they have to be so like as soon as they go into high school, they're going to see what their friends are doing and they're going to want to do it too. That's normal.
My parents have always said that.
Yeah.
Because I've had friends like that and they're like, good luck to them. Yep. Once they graduate, they're going to be a mess.
They're going to go off the deep end. For sure. I so believe in that. So obviously, I mean, her kids did not act out as much as they should have.
They didn't act out. They were literally abusing them.
Yeah.
Emotionally at first.
Yeah.
It got worse. But, like, definitely emotionally, their whole lives, because she was shoving a camera in their face. Here's the thing. I don't think the YouTube thing, this was all a result of that. I think a bad person started a YouTube channel and would have been abusive regardless. But this extra factor of, like, bragging and showing her perfect life and getting paid millions of dollars to do so really, like, enhanced it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I don't think YouTube created this monster or like vlogging created this like money hungry person. I think she was always like not a good person.
For sure.
And then it was like a weird like phenomenon with like the vlogging roped into it.
Yeah.
That like this story happened.
I feel like when they were talking about like young Ruby and like what she did to try and like get a husband and stuff, like you could tell that something was always kind of off. Like,
exactly. Well, in her relationship with Kevin, which we can get into, it's like obviously it was gonna happen this way,
right?
Like,
right.
It sounded like she tried to pick the most submissive man she could find,
right? I also think Kevin's a little bitch.
He is,
and he needs to stand
up,
like for his children.
But I'm not even surprised. It checks out because literally the whole beginning of the story was explaining like Ruby's roster. Yeah. Basically. And even like in the footage, you could tell that she whipped him around.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
He was so like, yes, master, I'll do anything for you. Like so freaking like, I don't even know, like demanding and manipulative to everyone, but it was like, you're a full-grown adult, Kevin.
Yeah And I feel like that's why I was so surprised how much they had him talk in this documentary. Like it was like mainly him. Just like
he spoke a lot,
and like half the stuff he was saying, I'm like, how do your kids still talk to you after this? And Chad even posted about this. He was like, why is everyone saying like that I'm still brainwashed because I'm talking to my dad and I said I still love my mom and whatever? And I was like,
He is.
You, like, are. Like, I really, like, I've never been in that
position. It's okay to feel that, right.
Yeah, so, like, I'm sure to have love for your mom as your mom is, especially, like,
right.
good. But, like, your dad did jack shit for you. He stopped talking to you guys for a full year and did not reach out once just because Ruby said not to.
I know. Like,
grow a pair of freaking balls.
Even, like, at the end when the physical abuse was, like, caught by the police and stuff.
Yeah.
He still was, like, in shock and was, like, which I genuinely believe that. Like, his interviews and, like, the footage did not come across as, like, he was acting. Like, Ruby's very fake.
Yeah.
Ruby is, like, very, like, you could tell she's a narcissist.
Yeah.
Kevin, I truly think he just, like, was literally brainwashed by Ruby to think that. Because in the interview when he was at the police station, he was like, I have to work so I can get my family back. Yeah. It's like, huh?
I know.
You actually think that? Which I think he did. Yeah. But it's frustrating because it's like, how are you getting brainwashed too?
Well, exactly. And, like, for a full year of being away, how do you not, like, realize, like, this is messed up?
Yes.
Like, I did nothing, hopefully.
He says he feels guilty now. Like, but it's just annoying.
That's not enough, though. I know. He's not doing anything to, like, fix it. Mm-hmm. He didn't do anything to fix it. You knew what was going on.
Even still during the, like, when they found his two youngest.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, even before that, when he was still living with them, you knew what was going on. Don't like...
I know.
Maybe not to the Jodi extent when his kids, because he didn't see them for a year, but, like, you knew something was
There was
going
literally
on.
a clip of his interview where he was like, oh, I didn't know, like, because the interviewer asked him, like, did you sense that this was getting abusive or whatever? And he was like, no. And then it cut to a clip of them recording a YouTube clip and literally something kind of, like, off was happening and he was in the background filming. I'm like, you were there.
Literally. Like, you are not 100% guilty.
But, right. Innocent. But that's the thing, though, is, like, I think both things at the same time. Yeah. Like, I think he was a victim and he's guilty.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because I genuinely think, like, he seems like he genuinely was brainwashed, but at the same time I'm like, stand up, you have 6 kids. Yeah. You cannot, like, Chad's allowed to be brainwashed. Mm-hmm. You aren't.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I get it if you are brainwashed, like,
especially in the moment of, like, the filming and stuff. Yeah. But the second,
literally, like, you let your child literally sleep without a bed for 7 months. You let that happen.
And you weren't like, Ruby, that's not gonna happen. You were just like, yeah, okay.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm. Well, and even, like, at the end when, like, at the police station clip, when he was hearing all these things about his kids that were, like, malnourished and duct taped and stuff, he was just like, he couldn't believe it. And I'm like, I can't help but to think my reaction would be different. Like,
I'd be like, where are my kids? Are they okay? Like, can I see them? He was just saying it like this.
He was like, that's not true. I have to work and get my...
Wake the F up.
I know.
Like, I wanted to shake him. I'm like,
right.
Do you not see how serious this is now?
Exactly.
And you did nothing about it. You freaking coward.
Exactly. That's, like, the perfect word for him. I'm just like, how do you let your amazing, lovely wife that you love so much tell you can't see your kids until you do better, and then you don't see them for a whole year? Literally. He hadn't been to the house in over a year.
Yeah. Like, crazy.
A year.
Yeah.
You have kids in high school, college, high school, and younger, and you're just okay with not seeing them for a year. That's
sus.
So sus.
Right?
And I don't think he has malicious intent, but damn. That is something ain't clicking.
The most submissive thing I've ever seen in my life.
Like two.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
I thought that, like,
Ruby scored when she found him because he literally was like her puppy dog.
Which is funny because I thought their whole thing was like man of the house and like, oh, like gender roles and shit. Because that's just like literally that's just what they believe in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where'd that go?
I know. It's like, so disgusting.
It's literally so disgusting.
It kind of bothered me how in his interviews he was talking about himself like he was so different.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He was like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. Yep. I'm like, wasn't that a month ago?
Yup.
I'm like, bitch.
Yup. I know.
I'm like, we're talking about you're him.
Yeah.
And that was like literally not that long ago.
Yeah.
So why are you acting like you're all different and stuff?
Well, yeah, and it was annoying because, like, he was only taking accountability to a point.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, I feel guilty, but, like, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, there's no but in this. You feel guilty because you were a shit parent.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, no, he was very, like, annoyingly so, like, the most basic. I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah, like, other than how you just said it.
Yeah, like, he was trying to take accountability, but he did not do it in the right way.
Right. I was like okay, give us nothing.
Literally, he backtracked way too much.
And the fact that he's still at the end was like, I love Ruby.
I literally have that written down. Yeah. He's like, I still love her.
I could see the kids loving her because they have, like, childhood memories and a different feeling toward, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think, put myself in their shoes. Mm-hmm. And, like, you always want to be on your parents' side. So even if you go through something traumatic, that would probably be a really hard thing to, like, get through. Yeah, I understand that. But, like, just as her husband, like, they don't have that, like, maternal, like, bond. Like, that's just a partner you found. Mm-hmm. She abused your kids. How do you love her?
No idea. Especially to that extent. Like, it wasn't
you
just,
can miss her. You can miss the idea of her. You can miss 13 years ago her. Mm-hmm. To this day, you're still in love with her.
Literally. Like,
huh? Like, in love, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, not just, like, yeah, I love her. No, like he would, like, literally, like, back, yes. Like, he would live in a home with her right now and be intimate. Yeah. And that bothers me.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Because how can you look your children in the eyes and be like, I love the person that did this to you? Gross. Like, literally gross.
You get a sentence.
That's why I'm like, literally.
And go to jail.
That's why I'm like, I'm hoping Shari talks about this more in her book because I wanted to hear more from Chad and Shari what they feel about Kevin now. I think Chad was like, I love him, like, he's my dad. Yeah. We're close, whatever. I don't think Shari said that much from what I can remember.
She doesn't call him dad.
Yeah. I just, like, I want to know because how can you, I just don't know how you could look at your dad and be like, I'm okay with you being in my life after you being okay with what our mom did to us.
No, I would just see him as, like, a coward.
Yeah, like, for sure. Same.
Like, I have no respect for you. You are the one out in this situation, and you gave nothing. You didn't give a hint of help.
No.
Never stood up for us. Never said, oh, this might not be okay. Not once. No. And I don't even, the thing is I don't even think it was out of fear of Ruby. I think he literally, like, bowed down to her and, like, wanted to. You know what I mean? I think so too. Like, I don't think she, like, yeah, she's scary, but I don't think he was like, oh, like, I have to listen to her. Like, I think he genuinely, like, ended up wanting to do exactly what she was saying.
I think so too, because he even said when he joined that man group with Jodi, he was like, when the first one I was there, they were like, she was like, oh, look at Kevin, like, he's a perfect example. And he was like, I felt great, you know, being validated, thinking that I'm doing a great job. So, like, yeah, he is a little bitch because he needs to be told that he's doing a good job at something, and then he's gonna, like, think that everything's okay.
He definitely had, like, deep issues, and
for sure,
this was, like, the perfect opportunity for them to manipulate.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, if they chose any other man who had a hint of, like, not that, I feel like they might have not gotten away with it.
Yeah.
But sure. He just wholeheartedly believed everything they were telling him.
Yeah. And then once, like, he felt things getting weird between Jodi and Ruby, he didn't care. Like, no, but then in the meeting, in one of the men's groups, he was like, it was a flip of a switch. He was like, Jodi started like beating down on me because, like, he thought that they were, like, intimate, which they probably were. So it was just, like, funny how, like, they just switch up so fast.
I saw TikTok and it was like Jodi doing like her little, like, being possessed thing.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this.
It was like Jodi doing everything except admitting she's gay.
Literally, though. Like, oh, that's like Ruby was like, with the possession thing, she was like, oh, like, every time I'm upstairs with Jodi, like, it doesn't happen. So I'm going to sleep in the same bed with her. Like, and so they slept in the same bed, like, while Kevin, And like something else, I think like oil or something.
Ew, yeah,
and
they like just doing massages.
Ew. Like not ew because they're like they like each other, but like ew because it's them.
Like no, ew because they're both icky people and
homophobic.
Yes.
Like, they're
so homophobic that they're
homophobic.
gay
yes.
and don't want to admit it to themselves and just like cut out the nonsense of acting possessed.
Yup.
You're not possessed, bro.
No, I thought this was so weird. The video of Jodi being possessed, where she's like, and like speaking in a deep voice because the demon's possessing her. Like,
someone get this girl an Oscar.
Literally. But I saw someone say, because in her sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but in Ruby's journal or whatever, where she was like writing about why she's doing these things to her two youngest kids, was like, they're possessed by the devil, so they need to starve.
Yeah.
Why didn't you starve Jodi if she was possessed?
She's eaten.
She's eaten.
And I could say that.
Yeah, she's eaten.
She be eaten. So
like, make it make
double
sense.
Standards much.
Literally, make it make sense. Have her like walk on
the plank.
Like I'm pretty sure they put her two youngest kids out naked in the Arizona heat for like hours.
They had to freaking like run, jump on a trampoline.
Yeah, like
make Jodi jump on the trampoline.
Literally. Yeah, it was just like really weird.
Double standards much.
No, seriously. Also, I feel like you watched the whole thing, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay. Did you feel like there was like a huge chunk missing from between when Kevin and Chad moved out to Ruby living at Jodi's?
Yes.
There was like a huge chunk
I was going to
missing.
ask you because I watched the first two episodes like last week and then I finished the third one today. So I didn't know if that was just me being like, oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
But like, how did they get to that point?
Literally, I feel like we skipped over months and months of like abuse.
Yeah.
Or something.
And I'm just like, so, okay, Jodi, like the second episode was Jodi.
Yeah.
It was just about Jodi and all of that. And then it was kind of like, we found the kids at the house. It's like, why did they move? Why did they move there? Like, they might have answered that. Right. I just like...
No, because they answered why Jodi moved into their house. And it was because she was possessed. And she like saw people at her old house. But they never brought up why they moved back to Jodi's.
Right. Because I remember Chad was saying like her house was really big and pretty. And like
in the middle of
nowhere.
A lot of rooms. So like...
But like, why were you guys going over there?
Literally, they should have... Like, if it was because like they wanted the kids to like... be secluded, like why didn't they say it? They said nothing about them moving.
That's like a big...
That's weird. Yeah, because that is when it really went south.
If a whole family is like, well, minus a whole partner, Kevin, is moving to a whole different home, like that's a red flag.
I know. And I'm also pretty sure it was only Ruby, Jodi, and the two youngest. Like, where are the two middle?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
They said nothing about the two middle girls.
Like, where were they? Huh. Like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if I just missed that.
No, it was just, like, not
I know.
there.
I still have a lot of questions on, like, the timeline of that.
I know. Also, another thing that I'm pissed that they didn't include were all the jail calls between Ruby and Kevin. There are so many after she got in jail, like, talking to him.
See, that's what I'm saying about the interviews.
I know.
I'm like... I don't think it's clicked yet.
No, I don't think so, because in one of the jail calls, Kevin told her that this is when she like first got arrested. He told her that the two youngest were hospitalized, and she said that it was unnecessary that they were hospitalized for 3 days, and that Satan had taken away everything from me. Satan had taken everything away from me that I love, and I'm a good woman. That's what she said. She said, I'm completely misunderstood. And I'm like,
by everyone?
Girls, so literally.
You're the problem.
Literally. So I'm like, you were in jail and you were still thinking those things, but then like a few weeks later, you're like, guilty. My deepest regret and sorrow for my children and my family, guilty.
See, she just comes, she's like not. She's totally just narcissist since birth.
She does not think she did anything wrong.
No.
They did a plea deal so they didn't get like forever in prison.
Yeah, because she was like guilty.
Literally. And also they only pled guilty on 4 counts out of 6.
Okay. I found the quote I was talking about earlier when Kevin was like, yeah, I didn't realize the abuse was like starting. I wrote it down when I was watching it. They were filming and Ruby was like, we're cutting that out. After she said, like, choking her kid. She was, like, going like that to her kid. And then Kevin was the one filming. And he was like, he had no idea this was going on. But he was literally filming. And he was like, yeah. Yeah. Because she's like, we have to cut that out.
Yeah. There were a few like that, I think. Where, like, this is so crazy.
Dad, no contact, was stupid as hell. And he needs to stand up. This makes sense because he has never stood up to Ruby.
No, literally, though.
Like, dude, that part of Chad when she was, like, filming, they were like on the couch and she's filming Chad. Oh. And she was like, smile. And he's like, I don't like, it was like that clip was different, but like when they're on vacation, he was like, I don't like smiling at lenses. And it's like, exactly, you're making them like perform and like be on, and they don't want to be.
Literally, she was like, I don't care, fake being happy.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
She's like, where's your name from?
Yeah.
And he's like, Grandpa. She's like, which one?
Yeah. Like,
ma'am.
And he was like, I'm answering your questions. Yeah. And, like, he was. What else do you want him to say?
You can't expect your literal kids to want to vlog.
Literally.
And they're on vacation. She was like, you all get $10. This is our job.
Yup.
You're making, like, $100,000 a month.
Literally.
Why?
Like, and Shari even said, she was like, we were employees.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's like, we don't want to work here.
Yeah. Don't blame you, girl. Don't blame you.
It was interesting to see that, like, they genuinely never cared, though. Because even in the clips of, like, Shari, when she was like, it's your birthday, we're going to go shopping, she was like, okay. Yeah. She's like, I don't want to.
She dimmed all of her children's light, for real.
Like, it's not even like they looked like they liked it at first and then didn't. Like, they never wanted to be on camera.
Never.
Never. So it's like, that should have stopped a long time ago.
Oh, for sure.
If your kids, it was fun for them and you're making, like, home videos, like, whatever. Family vlogging gets tricky when money's involved. But it's just different because they never were enjoying it in the first place.
No. Oh, it's just so sad.
Also, like, the safe room having a literal toilet in a sink.
Dude, I know.
Inside a safe. It's like, what?
I know. Like, I know.
And she's like, I don't know the code.
I know. And the code's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shut
you
up.
Dumb bitches.
Shut up. I thought it was crazy that both of the youngest kids were in there and they hadn't seen each other for a month. And they were in the same house.
I know.
A month, bro.
Dude. It's like.
That's a long ass time.
Such a long time. It's so sad. And like. It really breaks my heart. The video of the youngest in the ambulance where you like see how thin and malnourished. Like, oh my, how as a mother can you do that?
And I'm like, where was she though? It's like she dropped them off at Jodi's to be in a room and then was just at home.
Yeah, she just wanted to live life with Jodi without anyone else.
It's like, it's not even like she was like getting off on torturing them. It was just like she like completely neglected them.
Completely.
Like, yeah, they like punished them. They did the like sit outside in the hot and like run and trampoline. They did that stuff and like locked them in rooms. But it just seems like, yeah, like she just wanted to dispose of them.
Well, that's like when Shari had to call the CPS and say, my neighbors just called, like, I'm away at college. They've been home alone for like 5 or 6 days or
it's
something.
Like she just wanted to like dump them.
Yeah. But also like CPS, which I feel like this happens all the time, and every time that they don't do something like this happens, or kids end up being killed or something, and they show up at places and they don't do anything.
And yet Ethan Klein and Ela got a visit, but then situations like this where it's actually needed.
And exactly what Ethan said, like, it's wasted on like a home that actually needs CPS in it. Like, it's so ridiculous.
10 months went by after that initial. So like,
wait, who are we talking about? Sorry.
The documentary.
Ruby? Okay, sorry.
So that happened, and then they were like, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
10 months, and then the little boy went to the front door.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Almost a year.
Like,
almost a year.
Like, how much freaking evidence do you actually need?
Like, take my word for it.
Literally.
Like you do with everyone else.
Literally. And then another girl, I think, one of their friends or something called CPS, or their neighbors or something.
And she felt bad.
She felt bad because they asked if there was any physical signs of abuse, and she said no. And then CPS was like, well, then we can't do anything.
When are we going to learn that emotional abuse exists?
And
she's literally torturing these kids by yelling at them.
And like, not all physical abuse needs to be shown. Like, it could be under clothes. Like,
they could have been raped.
Literally. Like, oh, it just...
Like, sorry, I didn't, like, go at them with a flashlight. Yeah. Like, I don't...
Literally.
She literally was like, I wish I would have lied. Yeah. And I said, yeah.
I know. And it's sad that you have to, like, do that just for these children to get help.
Yeah, you could literally get smacked over the head and not have a mark of it.
Yeah, exactly. You could have internal bleeding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was wondering what the cayenne pepper was for.
Oh, she put it on their wounds.
Is it supposed to hurt it?
Yeah, like,
or heal it?
No, hurt it. Oh my god, it's cayenne pepper is like spicy.
That's what I thought, but I was just like.
So like they would have their wound, like open wounds. She would put cayenne pepper and like honey, I think, on it
to make it worse.
To make it burn, and then wrap it in duct tape.
What the hell? So like they're already strangling them, like or whatever, like cutting off their like limbs with. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Like how awful.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my god, it literally breaks my heart.
The biggest like takeaway of this that I had was like this was the first big story we've gotten from YouTube families. And like I said earlier, I don't think this is because of the YouTube family vlog epidemic, but I think this job attracts these types of people.
Yeah.
I don't think all people that vlog are like this, but I think, you know, it has potential of this type of thing happening. Yeah. So I'm just like scared for what else is going to come out.
No, same.
Because this isn't like a fluke. Like I think this could be an epidemic.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, because
it gets into the territory. Like the people that vlog, a lot of times, like if they're being successful and it's because of the family aspect of it, they're going to want to show their kids more, and the kids might be like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, do it. And it's fake. And there's just a potential for a lot of like not good stuff.
Yeah. And not to like discriminate, but like I think it was the beginning of the documentary, they were saying like how their pastor or whatever you call the Mormon person was encouraging all of the people in the church to do this, to like spread the word of God or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's where it kind of goes awry, because you get all of these like super uber religious people that did follow like connections and that whole Jodi thing to do stuff like this.
Yeah, this story had a heavy religion thing, because I don't even know. It started as like this YouTube vlog family that went toxic, but then it went into this like demonic religious thing.
Yeah. And
it was really weird.
Yeah. Not to put it on like religion, because I mean like I don't have anything against
No, but I think like it's used as a tactic to scare people, and at a certain point, or like at least certain part of the story, I could see how Ruby genuinely might have thought her kids were possessed, which wasn't true, obviously. But it started from like this abuse and like making her kids like act on camera and then like yelling at them, getting money hungry, and then it like developed into this thing of like,
because the whole
be perfect.
Her whole thing was the perfect Mormon family. Right. That was like the whole thing, and unfortunately I feel like that people want to come across like that a lot, like this perfect whatever family, and those are the families that have like the deepest, darkest secrets.
Exactly.
So it's just sad.
I know.
And yeah, like unfortunately Jodi had a lot of people that followed her.
I know.
And I hope that most of them woke up.
I know. It's scary. We need to do an audit of all YouTube families.
No, seriously. And now that like people
in Utah.
Yeah. Oh, I will say a win is Shari. She's like very vocal about like family vlogging now, and like
huge advocate.
Yeah. And like went to
Congress. I don't know.
Something.
I just made that up.
She went to something to get this law passed in Utah about family vlogging, and it passed both houses. So now a judge just needs to sign it.
I thought it was only in California.
That's another.
Oh,
they
really?
did that too.
Good.
But I'm pretty sure she's doing it in Utah. Yeah, because she still lives there. But yeah, it got passed, and now a judge just needs to sign it.
Is it just about the money, or is it?
No, I think it's about filming children, like in general. I think.
Good.
So
I mean, it kind of goes inside with like coincides with like child actors too.
Yeah.
Like the whole Nickelodeon and Disney thing, it's the same thing. It's child labor.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't happen to everyone, but there are many like examples of how bad it F's them up. Mm-hmm. Like, because
it's exploiting kids.
Yeah.
Like, not only are they working, so it's a toll, like, you shouldn't have to work when you're a literal child, but it's like also exploiting them too. It's not just like, oh, be in the vlog or help me vlog. It's like, you're the star, you're the, you know, spectacle of it. You're the actor, you're the whatever. So it's like even double. Like, sure, if you and your husband want to make vlogs and your kids are in the background, that's your own decision. It's when it's like, oh, like, let's film Chad's life events. Yeah. It's like, he doesn't want his life events online.
Yeah. Or it was like one of them going through puberty.
Yes.
I'm like, why would you film that and put it for everyone to see?
Exactly. And it's like, that is like, not
overstepping.
But what are they going to do? Because you're the authority and you're the parent. So obviously, like, you have the control. So we definitely need laws, like a federal law on this.
Sure. It's disgusting.
Especially, like, it's messed up in general, but especially when there's money involved, it gets really crazy.
Yeah. And like, there's obviously a way to do it if you want to be a family vlogger. Like, I know so many, obviously, like, I don't know them personally, so maybe something's going on.
That's the thing, yeah.
But like, there is a way to do it where I feel like, yeah, you're a family vlog, like, it's about you being a family, but it's not about your children. Mm-hmm. Like, it's about you as a family as a whole.
Yep. I follow plenty. Not like that many. It's not really my like go-to. Yeah. Like, I usually just look at like independent influencers, but I've watched a handful, and there's like even a family in Utah I watch, but they're like filmmakers and they travel and they film like their vacations and stuff, and their kids sometimes will have a little cameo here and there, but you can tell it's not like performative.
Right.
It's like their home videos kind of.
Huge difference.
And they never show anything embarrassing or like inappropriate, or I don't know. You can really just tell when it's like, say this, smile, do this, and then they're like, wow, oh my god, nah. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah. And like, I feel like you can tell, like, as someone who like would actually listen to their kids and like be like, I don't actually want to be filmed right now, and they'd be like, okay.
Right. No, it's very easy to see, and I feel like people kind of saw this from this channel for a long time, but they didn't like get any repercussions.
Yeah, it does suck. Like, at least people are talking about it now more, about like family vlogging and stuff. That's true. Like, it sucks that like something so big had to happen for it to be like an actual conversation. Yeah. You know?
Yep.
And like laws actually like going into place and stuff.
Good.
So,
well, at least they hit the two biggest family vlogging states.
Yeah. True.
California needed that.
Yeah.
In Utah.
For sure.
Oy.
For sure. But,
you know?
Yeah. Just really sad.
Mm-hmm. I hope they do the whole 30 years.
I hope so.
Probably won't, but.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, stuff, like, they'll ask, like, probably Shari and Chad to write like a letter if she could get parole or not. That's usually what happens.
Shari's not gonna help.
No. Shari, good for her. She was like, I will never talk to that woman again.
She's smart, but I'm like, damn, she must have a good ass therapist too.
Oh my.
Because I obviously don't know her internal battles, but she sounds just so like sorted and has a really good grasp on everything.
I really think so.
Like Chad, so help him a little bit. He's still a little lost, but he's younger and he had obviously different experiences. He's a different person, but yeah, just the fact that Shari doesn't even call them mom and dad anymore.
I know. Good for her. She needs to stand her ground for her younger kids. Younger kids.
Her kids that she raised.
Literally, though, she did.
Oh my gosh. I feel so sad for the other 4 too. I know. Because they don't. They're the so younger young. It gets, it's like not harder, but it's just like they're not even gonna like.
They're gonna have no good memories of their parents.
Right, and just the ones who are in that house, those are the youngest, right? Yeah. They like had to go through a whole nother chapter that like Shari and Chad didn't. Yeah. Like they went through their own difficult things because they're like teenage years were exploited online, but then the younger ones got the like physical abuse. Yeah. Like, so it's just like they all had different combinations of like abuse.
Yeah.
So it's just so interesting.
It is. It's
how they're going to have to handle it.
I know. Like, I can't imagine being abused to that extent. I mean, I can't imagine being abused at all, but, like, to that extent, I'm pretty sure they were 10 and 12. Like, that is crazy.
How do you
come back from that?
I don't know.
Like, to that extent,
I know.
is crazy. Mm-hmm. They're going to be, God help them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Therapy, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's so sad.
So sad.
Hopefully they have. My thing is like, now, are they living with Kevin?
I don't know. I have no. I thought that they were gonna like. No, I know they didn't want to name them, which like they still didn't have to. But I thought that at the end of it, you know how they like always have like this is where they're at and like whatever.
They had that.
They did. They only had like for Shari, Chad, and Kevin. Mm-hmm. They didn't say any, which like I get. But like
they could have just said the other kids are in school. And,
yeah, let us know they're okay.
Right. I'm like, share their lives with us.
Literally.
Like, exploit them.
But Kevin's literally.
I turned it off after Chad's because I was in a rush to come here.
The only thing it said was Kevin has now filed for divorce. That's it. That's all it said.
Bro.
Like, I didn't even have words after that because I'm like, after all of that and just now you filed for divorce.
It's the religion. And like, the religion.
Yeah.
Brainwashing.
It is.
He probably, that to him, he would rather die than do that.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
You know those videos of the Mormon school at BYU? And they're like, would you rather kill a puppy or drink coffee?
Yeah.
They're like, kill a puppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was just one today, and it was, would you rather go to war or take a sip of coffee?
Yes.
And they said, go to war.
They're like, end the world.
No,
dude,
literally.
That's literally Kevin.
Yeah. How do you guys like say that out loud and think that that's actually like okay?
Like, would you rather kill your mom or have sex?
Literally. Like well, actually, did you ever hear of soaking?
Like,
hate to break it to you, you're
sorry, mommy.
Literally.
Like, it's so funny. It's like contradicting.
It's ridiculous.
Like, sex is worse than murder.
Literally. Like, let's take a step back and actually hear what we're saying, shall we?
There's ones where it's like, would you rather watch a rated R movie or?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, even that,
literally,
you're not gonna watch a rated R movie.
Literally,
it's okay.
It's crazy. You're not gonna go to hell for watching a rated R movie. I can promise you that.
But they think they won't for doing war.
Literally,
you know, it's like
you guys. Literally, let's use our brains for a hot second.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Well,
yeah, so it's just crazy. If you haven't watched the documentary, it's a good one to watch. The one with them in it. There's other ones out there that talk about them that they have no affiliation with.
Uh-huh. And read, what is the book called? House of My Mother?
I think so. The House of My Mother, I'm pretty sure.
The audiobook is her voice too. I've been switching back and forth between the book and her podcast. Audiobook. So you should listen to that if you want to.
I should.
Mm-hmm. It's her own voice. She's really good at it.
Yeah, I should then.
She wrote that fast.
Yes, she did.
That's a book I could have seen coming out in like 10 years.
Oh, same.
You know?
Where it's like, yeah, I like.
Because people don't normally like crank out life stories like that quickly. Yeah. Like normally it's like way.
Yeah, that's why I was so really surprised they did the documentary and was like actually part of it. Like I could see Kevin doing it and Shari maybe because she like was so vocal from the start.
This story wouldn't have happened without her.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It was because of her.
She was so vocal about it, which good for her. Mm-hmm. Good for her.
Well, hopefully there's not more stories like this.
I hope not.
And hopefully people will stop family vlogging.
Stop abusing your children. But yeah, so that's that.
That's that. Go watch, go read.
Yeah, do it.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
This is Hallie.
And Skylar.
And we're clocking off. Bye.